Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Football Talk. And today we have the video that I was waiting for. Everything new you missed in College Football 26 trailer. Your boy did react to that trailer. So if you have not checked that out, it's on my channel right now. So be sure to check that out. And also check out the YouTube short that I made out of it. And also the TikTok. Follow me on TikTok, by the way. Man, oh man, this is a video I was waiting for. I thought Eric was gonna put it out yesterday, but we here, and this one's a pretty long one, so I'm not gonna make the intro any more longer than it has to be. Let's get into this. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Sports dropped a teaser trailer and some information for both College Football 26 and Madden 26. Now, anytime EA drops these teaser trailers, when they put some pictures out and things like that, there's always Easter eggs in there. There's always things that they want you to kind of find that is going to let you know some of the things that will be in the upcoming game. They're not going to outright come out and say it, but they put it in front of your face, see if you can catch
Yeah, little Easter
between
eggs.
the teaser trailer
Easter
and
eggs.
some of the other images
Excuse me.
that did come out yesterday. We found out a decent little amount, more so about
Oh boy,
college than
mad.
Madden, but we did find out some things about both games that we're going to talk about today.
Now, before he actually gets into it, that guy that was just shown that was upset, I watched some other reactions and they said he's a YouTuber or TikToker or something. He's a social media guy. I've never seen him before, but so shout out to him.
Probably some things that may have went under the radar that you may not have noticed, because sometimes they sneak stuff into these little trailers and these pictures in ways that, like, if you really don't know what you're looking for, you'll miss it. Now, if you are new to the channel and you don't want to miss out on any of the upcoming news, especially for College Football 26, because we're getting a full reveal in less than a month, and then we're going to be getting gameplay and all kinds of other stuff. If you don't want to miss that, make sure to subscribe and turn the bell icon on so you don't miss any of the important videos I drop when they go live. You know, more than half of you that watch the videos aren't subscribed, so you might wind up missing out on some very important videos and you won't even know it. Of course, yesterday we found out the release dates, we found out the pre-order stuff. We know that the early access for College Football 26 is coming on July 7th, so we're really getting pretty close to the game. But probably the biggest thing that we did find out yesterday is that
Alrighty, let's go.
biggest thing that we did find out yesterday is that number one, College Football 26 is only going to be on the same consoles as last year, which is PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X/S. It's still not coming to PC. It's not coming to Switch. Probably will come to those platforms in the future. However, Madden is going to be on the PC as usual, and it's coming
probably
to Switch too. I guess down
College
points
Football
that we found out
27.
about college yesterday is still no PC. But the biggest thing that we did find out that was confirmed, and this has been a rumor for a while, but they confirmed it yesterday, we're getting high school in the Road to Glory.
Yep.
The teaser trailer, it
A
says
lot of
school,
people
was
wanting
said,
this.
but it
I did not
specifically
think it
mentions
was
high
that
school.
big.
So we are actually getting that in Road to Glory this year. A lot of people wanted that in the game last year. It's coming this year. It means we're going to have high school teams. Maybe you could even make your own in Team Builder. That would be cool. We'll have to find out later on if that's the case. But that means we should also have some generic stadiums for high school as well.
I just realized a fan was on. By the way, guys, I just realized my fan was on.
Which should mean
sorry
some
about
generic stadiums we could use for our team builder teams, because last year we had to use existing stadiums, which did kind of take away from it a little bit.
Hold on, guys and girls out there that are gonna play that want to customize your stuff. Do not do something stupid so then they have to take it away. Please. Because that's one reason why they take a lot of stuff away. Because people do some stupid stuff just to get on YouTube. I mean, just to get some views. They post it or like, don't do stupid stuff, okay? Please. I know that might be hard for some people. But just don't. Like, play the game and have fun, damn.
Most obvious thing they put in the trailer. It's what the whole trailer was about, going from high school to college to the pros. It's the one big link between college football and Madden, and they're kind of playing on that in the teaser trailer. And we know that they have been saying that Road to Glory and Superstar mode for Madden are the two modes that they want to really invest.
Yep, and that's one reason why Superstar mode came back.
Two modes that need the most work. So that was the most obvious thing. But some other little things they snuck in there, for example, is we got a glimpse at what looks like the new scoreboard or score bug.
Oh yeah, I did see people talk about this.
Great. The one they had
It
last
do
year
too.
looked good. I think this one looks even better if this is the actual score bug. And again, usually they don't sneak things like this into the trailer unless it's going to be in the game. This one actually looks even more realistic. Like I could see this being, you know, a real life score bug that you would see on TV. So we did get a little bit of a
I can
bone
see.
that
I
they
could
threw us
definitely
there
see
if you
it.
were able to catch it. They also show Delaware on the score bug, which is definitely intentional because Delaware and I forget the other team, maybe it's Missouri State. I can't remember if that's the team, but two of those teams did join the FBS. So if they're in the
I
FBS,
heard
they're
about
gonna
that
officially
too,
be in the
because
game because college
people
football
were
has
talking
all the
about why
FBS
is
teams, so
Delaware
now we
up
got
there?
a couple new ones. I do think we're still going to get FCS teams at 1.2. They have talked about that. We don't know if that's coming this year or not because it's still early, but they did want to make sure to put that Delaware in there to let you know that, hey, yeah, those two new teams that went over to FBS, they're going to be in the game this year too, so that's pretty cool to see. Something I absolutely loved as a kid and even love today is opening up sports cards. It's always fun to see what you're going to get when you open them up. You just see weather. Now, speaking of score bugs, we're going to jump over to Madden real quick because they also snuck in a score bug for Madden as well. And again, these are the kind of things I
I
don't
didn't
think
even
that they
notice
sneak in the
that.
trailers if they're not going to be in the game because there's really no reason to put them in
I
there
ain't
if
gonna
that's
lie,
not what
the
you're going to use
Madden
for the
one
game.
looked
Now, the
clean,
Madden score
too.
bug still at the bottom of the screen, which is what they did last year. They moved it over to the bottom. It looks like they're keeping it that way this year.
I
would say
like the
this looks
bottom.
similar to last year, but slightly different. But I thought last year's score bug was fine. It kind of gave me like a old school kind of Monday Night Football score bug vibe. So they're keeping something similar with that this year. It appears
I
when
like
they showed
it.
this Commanders clip. So it looks like we kind of can.
Please don't use a Super Bowl one. I don't know what they were doing with that Super Bowl one, but they went too clean. Way too clean with that. Please don't go back to that. Please don't have that in this game. Please.
See what those are going to look like for both games. Another interesting shot in the trailer was when
The
the
trophy
player was
room.
sitting in front of
Ain't
a
that what it's
bunch of
called?
trophies at his desk. Now, again, EA is really intentional. They know what they're doing here. They know one of the biggest pieces of feedback or even complaints, if you want to call it a complaint, that 25 had was that there's no trophy room. There's no way to see all the trophies that you had won and collected over the years, and that is something that was in older games, and it's something that a lot of people kind of enjoy having there. I don't think it's a make or break thing in the game. I don't think like it
I never
absolutely
knew
has
it
to
was
have
even
this or
in the game
is
until
awful,
people,
but it's
like,
something
brung
that
it
a lot
up
of players like, especially if
when
you're
25
like a
was
Road to
coming
Glory or
out.
even Dynasty player. You want to see all the stuff you've racked up over the years. Some people want to see the hard work, right? So when they put this shot in the trailer of a player sitting in front of a trophy case filled with trophies, maybe not like an actual case, but a bunch of trophies behind him, I feel like that's an intentional shot that, you know, these people that work on these trailers and all these different things, like, they thoroughly think through what they're putting in there. They're putting stuff in there that
Yep,
they want you to
100%.
see, and they're not putting stuff in there that they don't want you to see. So if they make a shot that's that intentional, to me, I think that kind of confirms that we should be getting the trophy case, at least in college football, if not in both games. And it was one of the biggest pieces of feedback last year, and it was something that they had listed as kind of a top priority based on what it seemed like players wanted. So I think this kind of confirmed that that'll be in the game. Now let's jump over to this still image. Now, I believe this is from the Xbox and PlayStation stores. I don't know if this image dropped anywhere else, but again, when they put these images
I don't
out there,
remember
they're not
seeing it. Nah,
doing
this
it for
fire.
no reason. They know what's
I
in
gotta
the image. And
screenshot
I
this.
saw a couple people point out two things, because if you just look at this image, you say like, it doesn't really look like anything crazy. It just looks like a few players with College Football 26 in the background. But a lot of people pointed out, if you look at the Notre Dame player on the left side of the screen, it would appear that he has a ski mask on under his helmet, especially if you kind of compare that to the guy on the right side of the screen looking at the back of his neck. It's clearly different. Now, this is something that I believe is coming to the game. It was something
I
that
didn't
they
even
wanted to put in
notice
the
that.
game. It didn't
Good
get in the
eyes.
game last year. It's a highly requested accessory.
I got
that is
4
worn by a lot of
eyes and
players.
still
Now,
didn't
I don't
see
think
that.
that this 100% confirms that this is in the game, because in a
Who's
picture like this,
87?
you know, it could look that way, but it might just be the lighting on the picture.
Yeah,
for example. But
that
I
definitely
do think,
could
you know, with
be.
a lot of the equipment they put in last year, they're definitely going to put in more this year. So this could definitely be a thing. Another thing that some people pointed out was that the guy in the green helmet, the hair that is coming out of his helmet, that is not a hairstyle that was supposedly in 25. I don't know all the hairstyles in the game, I'll be honest, because I'm not a guy that goes that deep on some of that stuff, but people said that that was a different hairstyle, so that could just be, you know, more customization, more player editing. They're adding more hairstyles, maybe more faces, which is definitely needed in the game, so that's something else to point out that potentially is changing in 26. Now, aside from all of that, we also got a little bit of other news before the trailer came out a few days ago, and it appears that Enter Sandman has kind of been confirmed for College Football 26. And for those of you that don't know, that's a Metallica song that is played before the Virginia Tech game.
Yep.
And people were pretty disappointed that it didn't make it in last year, but it appears that something's going on
Oh,
because the college football
people
Twitter
are
account
just
a
gonna
few days
play
ago
with
tweeted that
Virginia
college
Tech
football
just
and
for
Metallica
that.
are joining forces to give one college marching band an opportunity to take the field and get in the game. The Division I winner of the For Whom the Bell Tolls competition will not only get to record the college football theme song, but also record a Metallica song for a future edition of college football. It says Metallica and one lucky marching band will rock college football like never before. So they're kind of working together here, which I feel like if they're doing all that, that means that they're probably going to be putting Enter Sandman into 26. I mean, I guess they didn't outright say that it's going to be in the game, but if they're now working with Metallica,
that's one of the most fire like openings
because that's like the biggest
I've
contribution
seen
Metallica
in quite
could
some
make
time
to the game is having that song in there. But regardless, they're working together and some cool stuff is going to come out of it. There was also some news recently that they're going to be working with Lowe's for like some sponsorship partnerships in the game. So we'll see Lowe's included in the game in some way. Like we've seen, you know, Discover Card and some other things in the game last year. I think Allstate was in the game on the field and some of the stadiums and stuff like that. So, I mean, I like stuff like that because it makes it look like it looks on TV. So the more you can get different companies and sponsors and things involved so that it looks like what we see when we watch on TV, I think that's pretty cool. Now, the full reveal, like I said earlier, is coming in May, so we're definitely less than a month away.
Oh my goodness, and your boy's gonna be reacting to it.
We're definitely going to be getting all the covers, the cover athletes. We're going to be getting a lot of gameplay info and stuff. We're going to be seeing some trailers, and then probably in June, we'll start seeing more gameplay-related stuff like the full gameplay deep dive breakdowns, the Dynasty mode, the Road to Glory breakdown. So the next 6 or so weeks is going to be pretty jam-packed pretty soon with a lot of info for this game. So make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on anything every step of the way. And if you want to know about the 10 biggest...
Okay. It was some stuff, because I watch other people's reactions, I did get, like, I didn't hear about, you know, some stuff like the Delaware thing. But that screenshot of, like, a couple of the players walking out, I haven't seen that. But then again, I haven't been on, he says on the PlayStation and Xbox store. I haven't been on there to see it. So, but that's pretty cool. Nothing too much that I really missed or talked about in my initial reaction, but this was still good anyway. Love you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this reaction. See you guys in the next one.